Hey, what's up, everybody? Coach Bill Guthier here. Well, actually, it's Weatherman Bill right now. I like to do videos for my fitness stuff, so I figure why not do one for weather, right? So, as you all know, there's a impending storm coming up this weekend, and I just figured I'd do a little video on what's happening right now, and all these crazy storm totals being thrown out there the last few days. Or people have been predicting anywhere from 2 inches to 47 inches. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about where they're coming from. So I'm gonna start here with the latest GFS map, which is a global forecasting system map, and it's an American map. And I want to talk about this a little bit. So there's three weather maps, like major ones, that I like to look at. Actually, four. The GFS, the European, also known as the Euro, the NAM. The NAM is a short range model, which is just coming in the range now. So I really don't have any snow totals for that one yet, but that is actually really is good for when you get close to the event, and that's we're coming pretty close to the NAM's range right now. So my favorite happens to be the Euro, and I'll talk about that one in a minute. There's also a Canadian model as well. So let's start here at the GFS. Here's the storm totals for snow. You can see it's kind of, let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. So we're in Upper Bucks County here. So we're looking at, those of you that are from our area here, anywhere from 16 to 20-ish, right in that little spot there, maybe a little less. So, but you can see not far off, there's a couple 24s down here. And down here, just madness down in the Baltimore, D.C., Maryland areas, just getting clobbered on this run. So a lot of these numbers are, and this is only taken into effect, I think, 10-to-1 ratios even. So 10-to-1 ratio means for every inch of rain, you get 10 inches of snow. Now, up here in these parts, you're going to have more of a 12 to 15-to-1 precipitation, change from liquid to snow. So a lot of things can happen with this. So that's one model. Now, a lot of people like this model, GFS, so you're going to see a lot of totals. I think the Weather Channel typically goes with this one. So you're going to see a lot of their totals, changing constantly based on this model. And these models run, like, I think, 4 times a day. So another model is Euro. This is the model that's my favorite, actually. Ever since it nailed Hurricane Sandy, the European model has been my favorite. This one actually went south last night, early yesterday, actually, and kind of made a lot of people, snow lovers, panic a little bit. But it came back north early this morning, so we're back in the game with this one. And if it continues to trend north, you're going to see these totals go up. Again, this is a 10-to-1 ratio. Up here, we're talking 15 inches, in that range at 10-to-1. So if we get 15-to-1, obviously it's going to go up. And where you get these numbers, let me see if I have a map on. Yeah, I do. QPF. So quantitative precipitation forecast is right here, and this is the amount of liquid precipitation they're forecasting. So if you look down here, I mean, just 2+ inches down here in these parts of Maryland. Over on the Jersey coast, and you're going to have mixing issues over here, so you're not going to get all snow on the coast. But up here, we're talking around a little over an inch and a half. So again, 10 to 15 inches of snow, and that's exactly how you see it here when it translates to snow. So this is where these numbers are coming from. This is the European model. So if you're, if somebody's saying we're going to get 15 to 20 inches, they're using the European model. If somebody's saying we're going to get 16 to 24 inches, they might be using the GFS model. So that's why you're hearing all these crazy numbers, and it's just a model game right now. And these models are bouncing all over the place yet. Here's what the National Weather Forecast is showing, and this is this is still snowing yet. I think this is. Let's see if I can see what time this is. I think this was just early Saturday yet. So this isn't even like the full storm. So they already have 9 inches, and that's only about halfway through the storm. So I think the Weather Channel is using the National Weather Service is using the GFS for their tracking. So lots of models, guys. I'm not going to predict anything yet, but these models seem to be getting closer and closer to a solution. I don't think this is going to go out to sea. Are we going to get 30 inches? I don't think so. Is it possible? Sure. 96, that was a similar storm. I don't know if this one will stall quite as much. There is a blocking high up there, but I don't know how strong it is. What that means is typically a perfect setup up near Maine would be a high pressure system that would actually keep that low pressure that develops off the coast from getting out of here fast. And if it blocks it, it's going to sit there and spin. You're going to get these bands of snow coming in this way. So you're going to just have, and that's what 96 happens. So you had off the ocean. Now the ocean's also warm, and that can create warm air, which can cause the mixing problems. You're not going to have that problem up here in Bucks County, I don't think. Philly, possibly, but it can also produce more liquid too. So, and I also think this precipitation field isn't big enough for this storm. This is a big storm, so I think you're going to get more snow up here in these parts, even in the Poconos as well. Not quite as much as down south. As of right now, the jackpot's Maryland, D.C., Baltimore area, so a lot of things can happen with these storms. You get a deep low pressure system that you're going to have tons of wind coming in off the coast. You're going to have blizzard warnings where there is snow in Jersey. Most likely you could even get some, I think there was a wind map that was showing 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts in here. You got to have 35 mile an hour sustained winds, I believe, for a blizzard conditions. But you get 20, 30 mile an hour winds. That's going to seem like a blizzard, anywhere you go. But again, the ocean can bring in more precipitation. It can bring in warmer air, but these storms, as they deepen, can create their own cold air. So it can quickly change back to snow as well. So lots of stuff can happen. I'm not going to throw out numbers yet, but again, I do like the European model as my favorite model. And the NAM is going to come into factor here. I don't have a picture of that right now, but that model is going to come in because it's a short range model. So we'll be getting some information from that as well. And I think you're going to see some more. I think by tomorrow, I should be able to come up with some kind of totals for what's going to come down with this. But for now, it's just it's a models game. There's a lot of information. The storm is still out west, so each model run can be different. But I think they're starting to trend to a pretty solid solution that we're going to get a snowstorm this weekend. It could be pretty significant. Heck, they're even talking the historic East Coast storm, and I even heard them talk about a biblical East Coast storm. A BECS is a biblical East Coast storm, and HECS is a historic East Coast storm, and a MECS is a major East Coast storm. So historic would be 96. Biblical rival that, I would think. I never really even heard biblical until this weekend, so I don't know if that was made up or if it's real. But if you get some of these numbers down here and these parts in DC and stuff, you're talking 3 feet. That can be biblical, I would think. So, but anyway, this is where you're getting your crazy totals from with all these. People pick their model and they look at these maps, and some people you can tweak these maps to show a 15-to-1 snow ratio, so they even go up even higher, or 20-to-1 if it's like 20 degrees out, and snowing like crazy, or 20 degrees or less, you're going to get like snow ratios up over 20-to-1. So you get an inch of rain, you're going to get 20 inches of snow. I think the temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s for the storm. So I think you're looking at a 12-to-1, 15-to-1 ratio up here in Upper Bucks County. So get an inch of precipitation, you're talking a good 15 inches of snow. So, and with these back here to this map here, inch and a half, you're talking, even more. So 20, 2 feet of snow. So, some of these darker reds, you get 2 inches at you know, 15 to 1. You're pushing 30 inches of snow. So pretty cool. Anyway, that's my take for now. I know that might have been a little bit boring, a little bit on the, I try to explain it. I'm not real scientific with this stuff. It may sound like it, but I'm really not. It's just an interest of mine and a hobby. So let's see what happens. Have some fun with it. I love snow, so you'll definitely be seeing me posting a lot of stuff on Facebook. So, all right, guys. Hopefully that helps, and that was fun. All right, I will probably do another one soon. I'll see you all later.